Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode number 15. Today our topic is Beadlocks, and our guests for today, and as usual, I think you got used to their faces. We have Mr. Reyes, myself, Saif, Dan, and the famous Marwan. Welcome, gentlemen. So, who would like to start?
Marwan, please.
Beadlocks.
Beadlocks. Yes.
Okay.
I know that he
Good
wants
morning.
to start, so...
Okay, Beadlocks. No, I don't like to start because I wait for you to talk as much. Obviously, we can beep when I say that. For me to just jump in and educate you. But I'm going to start by educating you a bit earlier.
Are you going to accept this, Reyes?
Earlier in the episode. So, what are beadlocks? Beadlocks are rims that have an outer ring that sandwiches the tire between the rim and that outer ring. Okay,
Sandwiches only from outside.
from outside.
But out of
I
frame
don't like
only.
sandwiches.
So
No, that's not- no, it's a good sandwich.
one slice of bread sandwich.
Exactly. So you could have double beadlocks, where you have a beadlock outside the rim and on the inside of the rim and on the outside of the rim. And you can have also inner beadlocks. But let's talk about the regular ones where the beadlock is on the outside.
Most
Because the
common.
others,
the
they
most
are
common
not in the market anyway, so...
You know, mainly military or things like that. Very heavy. So they are there. Their main purpose is to allow you to deflate more and by reducing the risk of having a pop-out. A lot of people believe that if you have a beadlock, you cannot have a pop-out. That's wrong. You can still pop the tire from the inside of the car, but the chances that this happens are really rare.
But technically, you're basically reducing your chances.
You are reducing them tremendously.
Minimizing the risk.
Tremendously. So now we know what's a beadlock for, and we've got two people here that do not like them. If it comes to me, I love them. They give me confidence, and they allow me to drop to lower PSIs without having to worry about pop-ups. They allow me to take corners faster than what I would be able to take with regular rims. And before I give you a lot of information, I'm gonna hand over the mic to either Dan or Reyes to continue and give us your opinion.
Can you just let us know also how much does the beadlock weigh on average
It's an average, I would say, 18 kg
per rim?
per rim.
And the other question, how much does it cost compared to a normal wheel?
Let's talk about like the premium brands.
On average.
On average, not double the price, no.
Really?
A bit less than
Please
double the
include
price.
Come on.
Please include that.
They're close
Okay.
to double.
They are
Okay.
double.
They,
close to double.
they cost double the price. They cost double the price. Yes, they do cost double the
Okay.
price. So we would say about 3 to 4 kilos heavier than a regular rim and double the price.
Now, okay, they are double the price, they are heavier, but as an expert point of view, do you think that it is safer?
Definitely safer.
Okay, so I guess that adds a point.
So how is it safer?
What-
Because it helps you not have a pop-out. If you have
Now
a
let's
pop-out,
consider you having, okay, I'm talking in not a junior drive, I'm talking more of an expert Liwa drive where your situation is on a side slope and or you're cresting and everyone is prone for a mistake. Pop-outs could happen from mistakes, could happen from old tires, could happen from different situations. So
I've never seen an accident happen because of a pop-out.
well, if you
So again, to go to your exact example, you're saying if you are on an expert drive, you're on
He most probably will act in a proper way that
Exactly.
you don't even need to have a bead.
you never know.
Because so basically
No, sorry, Reyes. I can recall an accident due to a pop-out. Well, we were in Liwa, and we were in a bowl, and then the Jeep that did have beadlocks was side cresting and then had pop-out, and couldn't control the car anymore, so had to go all the way down to the bowl.
Safe.
Well,
That's not.
No,
That's
Yeah,
but
but
I mean, look,
in
if
some
we're
situations,
talking-
it can
it's not
lead to
just-
a rollover.
To be honest, the fact that you mentioned you've never seen a case might be your luck, but I mean,
No.
but the fact
I've
is,
seen the case. It happened to
yeah,
me.
but the fact is
It
I
happened
mean,
to me.
any
happens.
car, if it has a pop out on the wrong angle,
It can roll over.
I mean, it will really screw you.
No
So that's the point. Which, I mean, tires are tires. Even
It
for
is
whatever
safer,
reason,
even if it's 1%.
you cut a
but
tire.
It's more safer.
It's I once had a tire that was cut in the middle of the desert, but not in UAE. And literally, there was a steel bar coming out of sand. I don't know how in the middle of the desert. So tires are tires. So if you lose all the air in the tire and you end up on the wheel directly, there is a chance that you can have an unfortunate event.
Honestly, I agree with Marwan on one main thing. It's the confidence and the comfort. Like when
Yeah, but
driving
I
the
mean,
Beadlock,
convenience. We're talking about confidence.
you
to who?
don't think.
Confidence to someone who doesn't know how to drive. Yeah, I agree.
No,
I mean,
not someone. No, it's not someone who
Apparently,
doesn't
I
know how to
don't know
drive.
how to drive, but it gives me confidence.
come on.
It's
We all
more
know
of more of like I said, you are prone to any mistake at any time. You never know whether you are an extreme expert driver or you are a complete junior driver. Anyone is prone to a mistake. Anyone can lose focus at any second. While you're, for example, going on a
Yeah, but is it?
advanced drive and suddenly you lose focus for a second, your phone rings, you drop something, you drop coffee on yourself by mistake.
Yeah, but all of that, it doesn't wait for the beadlocks to save you. It's
Yeah.
you screwed up as
It
a driver.
avoids, it eliminates
Your
one of the
90%
reasons.
presence.
No,
as
it
a
eliminates
driver,
one of the
you
reasons.
screwed up.
You screwed up as a driver. Look,
Really?
let's
You
talk
eliminated one
facts.
reason.
You screwed up as a driver. Having the beadlock will avoid a big headache. This is a fact.
No.
Now, yes,
It's
it
not-
is more
no.
expensive. Yes,
not a
it
big-
is
it's not a big headache.
more of an effort. Like
It's not a
It's-
big headache.
It's not a big headache. A pop out for someone that's done it before, 5 to 10 minutes maximum. It's fixed.
I disagree.
I've
I
been in a
disagree.
pop out, and I think our members can recall that pop out where we spent
I
an hour and a
disagree.
half fixing it because of certain issues with the tire and the valve itself.
And the
Issues with the
position
tire
of the
and
car.
valve.
in the
itself.
middle of summer at 12 noon, when
Sorry.
the temperature was 50 degrees.
This pop out happened
that
in
has
the middle
nothing
of
to
a
do with having a
bowl.
beadlock or not. That's the issue with the tire or the valve.
Yes, but the beadlock could have avoided the pop out.
Look,
So,
We understand you don't like the beadlock, but you cannot argue the fact that the beadlock will avoid a pop out.
I never said it won't avoid
Okay,
a pop out.
so a beadlock
But
will
a pop
avoid.
out is not a big headache. It
So-
happens.
so
It happens
let's go
regularly. It's
stage by
fixed.
No,
Step
it
by
can be.
step.
It can be a major headache. It can be
No,
a
the major headache
headache.
is
You,
it's
you
broken.
haven't been in this
You're jumping
situation.
For
Thank
example,
No, I
fixing
have.
different
No, you
tires.
haven't.
I have.
Different
No, you
tires.
haven't.
Yes,
If-
we have a fight.
If the longer beadlock
Stay
pop
away.
out you had, the longer pop out you had is 10 minutes, then you haven't been in this crazy situation.
I have.
You
I
are
had a
lucky.
pop out. I
You're
had a
lucky.
pop out.
I have personally been in
I
a
had a
situation
pop-out.
where both my tires, my front right and my rear right, both popped out at the same
Yeah.
time.
Okay, so
And what if he was at the bottom of a bowl and
That was a big headache.
so
And do you know what
so-
situation
you
I was
cannot
in?
access-
I was
let
in
me
a
speak.
situation where my car is sideways.
Let me speak.
Okay, you can speak.
I had myself a pop out last season
Okay.
in Starfish Dunes. I was cresting on one of the huge crests. Literally, I have it on camera. I will show you the video later.
Okay.
There's a big explosion, like this. You can hear it. I immediately knew it's a pop out. I turned off the crest and went straight down into the bottom of the bowl.
Okay.
I didn't time it, but 10 minutes, 15 minutes probably maximum. You get to a flat area, put your base plate, put the jack up, put the compressor on, done.
Imagine you didn't have that base plate.
No.
This
Imagine you didn't have the beadlock.
This is already number one.
Yeah,
We're talking
wait.
facts. Anyway, Dan, you haven't been in a
You
dangerous
wanna think of every
situation,
Let me give you another.
and you're lucky.
Let me give you another example. Another Jeep, not me this time, in Liwa, in one of the bowls where there's no exit. It's literally the bottom of the bowl. He had 2 pop-outs at the bottom of the bowl, and we were all outside the bowl, so we didn't want to put too many cars in. So one person with the equipment went in with that guy, changed one of the tires because the valve was damaged, and fixed the other.
Okay.
Fix the
You
other.
had a flat
It
bottom.
took half an hour.
You had a flat,
No, it
flat
wasn't.
surface.
No, it wasn't. It was
Now,
not
yes,
normal.
okay, 1 second. Let me
Imagine
stop
it
you
was
here.
not a
Let me
flat
stop you
surface.
here. He mentioned it half an hour. Imagine
For 2
that,
tires.
Imagine,
Yes.
okay, imagine that half an hour in the middle of summer.
Was 0 hour.
Trust me, that half an hour will become 1 hour because
That-
you will not be able to focus for that half an hour.
We're not here. We're not talking technical. We're just saying that having a beadlock
Comfort.
will give you more confidence. Will help you avoid time to fix a pop out. In your cases, you are lucky. You only had 30 minutes to fix a pop out, where we were in situations where you couldn't find a flat spot in a small bowl that was so steep but so narrow that we had to maneuver the car in so many ways. It took us a good 3 hours. So yes, you can argue that we don't know about cars and that we've been doing it all our lives, but we don't know. But there are situations where the beadlock would have really helped us. Now, this doesn't define the fact that you might not like them and you don't agree that they're good, but this is a proof that having the beadlock will definitely help you.
How many times has it happened to you?
Twice, 3 times maybe.
In how many years?
A pop out? A pop out?
No, of that
this
extent.
dangerous pop out maybe.
I can give a similar scenario that happened.
One
We're
season,
not talking.
every
We're talking in general. We're not talking about one person specific.
No, you're using that
happening.
one time or that two
No,
times
no,
that
no,
it took
no,
you
no.
3 hours.
I've seen pop outs.
As proof
in
why
one
you need
season,
beadlocks.
I've seen a lot of pop outs.
Exactly, and majority of them are 5, 10, 20 minute
That's
fixes.
coming back to the point. So what is the reason of a pop out happening?
Mistakes, old tires, different
You're
reasons.
talking about people that most probably are not to the upper level of experience, maybe.
It could be, but it could also be from an old tire.
We're talking in general. At the end of the
Generally,
day, we're
but
talking
But then
in general.
different
I mean, the
tires
point
are
is
harder to fix.
You
with
go
pop-outs.
there and you invest double the price and the extra weight in order to install something that will reduce a possibility of something. Is that if you develop as a driver, there is a big
Now-
chance that you will never face.
Agreed.
Or you will face on an extremely rare case that
No, it's not
doesn't really
extremely
exist.
rare. It's not extremely
Can
rare.
we talk technical, guys? Can we not
No,
talk
it's-
opinions?
it's-
Let's talk
in
technical.
in my part, it's
Physics.
it's extremely rare because we'll get to that.
Let's
but
talk-
it's
let's talk-
extremely
Okay,
rare.
you want to
and
talk
physics.
We'll
extremely
not
rare?
get to that.
No,
Not
on a
more than
side-
feelings and
I am a
emotions.
person that has been driving off-road since 2002. I have a total of almost 20 years now. I've had in my 20 years one pop out in my life.
Others had a lot.
Yeah, that's the point. Develop as a driver, you will avoid these things that will be.
And that's
I
why
mean,
I
if
said
you
that.
have-
Okay,
if you have-
one thing I agree on, they're expensive. And if we're talking in a scenario where you can get a beadlock, get a beadlock. You can't, then rely on your skills more.
Let's use Ray's way of thinking. Okay.
Now,
Don't install any shocks because technically your car will go everywhere.
yes,
You need
90%
to-
driver.
You need to learn how to drive with your original shocks.
Might as well not use a car, run on the dune.
And you know, why spend money on shocks? Well, anyway, your car can go everywhere. And yes, true, the JL and the JK
I like
and
your-
stock can
I
go
like-
everywhere.
I like your way of thinking. There will
Okay.
be a point where the same situation. You're now with the stock Jeep. There will be a point you come to an obstacle, or you come to a dune, or you come to something that you cannot go over. There will never be a time where you come to a point that you need a beadlock to do something. Never.
And
That-
by the way, if you're saying that my way of thinking, if you have been listening, because apparently you haven't been listening,
Apparently,
I've been always saying is that, for example, if someone is asking what to do to modify, is that you will drive it as a stock. You will understand that at some point I need more performance from the shop. So I will modify that. I will need more performance and a better, bigger tire. I will modify that. I will need more performance from, I need more torque ring and pinion. I will modify it. However,
I need to
getting
deflate my tires more
Yeah.
comfortably.
No.
I'll upgrade
deflate to
beadlocks.
what? Maha? If you over deflate anyway, whether you have a beadlock or no, which means over deflating, you're talking about going, let's say, less than
Below
8
5.
psi and below, or reaching 5 and below. So basically, you have more spread tire, but you have less rubber to protect your wheel. So on a high speed, you can easily damage it,
Well,
right?
don't go high speed. So technically,
So why do you need a beadlock if you're not high speed?
you
What
don't
do you mean by don't go high speed? There are
If
cases where
you're
you
at
need
low
to go
speed, you don't need
and
a
there
beadlock.
are cases
Yeah,
where
you
you don't even need to go high
always
speed.
need beadlocks.
And there are cases
for sharp
Yeah,
corners.
but there are cases where you don't need to go high speed, and there are areas that you can a rock can come out of nowhere on a not very high speed or on a normal speed, but yet because you don't have a rubber to protect because you're over deflating.
Okay, we're
And it
talking
hits the
only in
wheel.
a scenario of sand. What about rocks?
Rocks, you should not deflate anyway less than, I mean, on average 20, but yeah, you can go down to 15, let's say, but still you have a lot of rubber to
So why
protect
do
it.
a lot of professional rock rollers
Because they're
have,
stupid and they haven't
16
listened to Dan and Ray. It's as simple
They have
as
rim
that.
16 beadlocks.
Who
Why?
says there is a lot of cases where they are, as Junaid said, it beat looks, not beat looks. And
They're not doing only rocks.
there is an advantage of most of the cases of the beadlock is that in some of the brands you would gain an extra maybe inch of width because
I'm talking like, for example, Moab or somewhere outside where they have big tires, extreme rock rolling, where they actually use beadlocks.
They're stupid.
no, who says
They're stupid.
just a moment. You've
They
seen
don't know
cases.
how to drive. They don't listen to Dan and Reyes.
Yeah, like
As
I've not
simple
seen.
as
I
this.
don't recall seeing an actual rock roller, professional rock roller, using normal rims. I've only seen
I have.
them using beadlocks.
You want me to link
Oh,
it to you?
really? Come on.
There's a,
Yeah,
I
really
follow
generalizing
I
that.
follow a YouTube channel. He recovers people and he doesn't use beadlocks.
Actual extreme.
Actual, and he has 500,000 subscribers. You cannot use your example.
That's
No, in
that's-
majority, people are using
we're talking
beadlocks.
majority.
In majority, people are using beadlocks because they're lazy. They don't want to learn how to drive. They just want to put it on and then forget about it.
Okay, perfect. Well, you just said it. So the beadlock is better.
Comfort.
No one
you
is,
just
no one
said
is
it's better.
disagreeing. No one is
So
disagreeing.
the
that
beadlock
no one is
is
disagreeing.
technically, because here I talk technically, they will talk about laziness and emotions.
Right.
Technically, the beadlock
Laziness and
is
emotions.
better.
No, no,
but
no.
It's better and
No.
safer, and you won't get a pop-up.
No.
But
No.
that means you're lazy.
No.
I'm lazy. I'd
I didn't
like to have a
expect
beadlock.
beadlocks to be that.
No.
I'd like to have a beadlock.
Technically,
Yeah.
they're not better. Better is an opinion.
Okay.
Technically,
Safer.
off-road. On-road, they're extremely unsafe. Extremely
Based on
unsafe.
what?
Based on non-correct installation.
Everything can be unsafe. It's not installed correctly.
And
So
it's
a shock, a shock if it was completely,
It's very
if
easy
it
to
was
install.
wrongly
It's
installed,
very-
then
It's very easy to
uh,
install a shock. It is not easy to install or maintain a beadlock.
So you have
If-
how many
if-
crews?
if-
It requires
If
more
If you're on the
maintenance.
highway,
Yeah.
and your beadlock fails, you
Okay.
have like a grenade on your tire where stuff will just fly out and hit everything around it.
Okay, what if the rim regularly fails? I've never seen a beadlock fail.
can we have nuts for
It
next
can fail.
episode, please?
Everything
I
can
mean,
fail.
that was the amount of cases where the people lost crews because of
Yes, of course.
mismaintenance of the beadlock.
Really?
It's very common.
Okay,
Maybe
I
not
don't know.
here.
I don't know.
It's very common.
That's why you go to your trusted dealer.
Yeah.
It's not about
I really haven't heard
the
of this.
point
but
is
if I trust you,
that's
I'm-
the point.
Out of the shops in the UAE, tire shops, how many can install a
I
beadlock
don't
correctly?
know. I don't know.
I would say 50% or below. Maximum.
Yeah, definitely below.
less.
Definitely below 50.
Okay, even less than 50%.
Yeah.
20%.
Great. So
Well,
A
but
person-
then many stuff again.
a
I
person
wouldn't
that
trust
doesn't
many
know.
stuff I install on my car. I wouldn't trust more than 70% of the garages. in this
but people do. People
That's their
people
fault.
maybe even bought the Jeep not realizing it has
putting a
beadlock.
sensitive
Okay.
item that
So-
you will
So
be
you
using
cannot. So
day-to-day.
to get back to the point, you cannot say it's safer. It is in no way safer.
It is safe if you install it properly. So, which
No,
brings
you
us to the
can't- no,
point
you
that the
can't
beadlock
really be that
needs to
specific.
be installed by a professional and needs more maintenance. So these are some of
How
the
often?
negative points.
Many
in a
things.
beadlock.
Then installing a drive shaft with someone that's untrusted is completely dangerous.
Or even shocks.
You cannot
anything.
You cannot use that point
I
to
can.
remove the
I
point.
can.
I'm talking-
Beadlocks are
we
very
talking
difficult.
now about one
Mhm.
item, which is wheels.
Yes,
Beadlocks
but
versus
what you're saying now, no, you're
So,
linking it that it's,
what
it's
is-
bad.
what is
I'm
the-
going back to his point that it's bad
Apparently-
on road because of wrong installation.
Apparently,
You
as
don't
per
go to wrong installation.
your, excuse for saying that it's a good investment is that one factor, which is that it will be safer. That
Let me give you an example.
I will just
Reyes,
forget
let me
about
ask you a
pop-ups.
question. Let me ask you a
But
question.
I pay more money. I have more weight. I'm unsafe on road, which, by the way, it's not road legal as per my understanding. Am I
Anywhere,
correct?
it's not road
In
legal
most
anywhere
cases, it's not good.
Yeah. So
Why?
I don't
because
know.
it's unsafe. Because it can break.
balancing it is actually a nightmare.
Because it's a racing product.
Oh.
A lot, even superchargers, they say it's not
While
road legal. And
That
Okay,
one
so try
factor.
to understand. I
So
don't know why
while
beadlocks.
that one factor that you are using as the optimum reason of why they're amazing is basically with a simple, proper, let's say, formula of having a wider wheel with a tire that is more or less not extra tucked in. For example, let's say, I would, yes, agree, a chance of a pop out will increase if you have stock wheels with a 7.5 inch width, and then you go for 35 inch tire, which is, and it's much wider. And then when it's installed, you can see the bulginess that it's too much tucked in, so there is too much, let's say, force on the sidewall that while deflating with an extra force, yes, there is a higher chance. However, if you have a wider, proper wheel, I mean, these possibilities of having, other than a driver mistake, go down to almost 80%. Am I
Right,
correct
yes.
or no?
When you work on a construction site, why do you wear a helmet?
Go with my flow.
Why do you wear a helmet? Because you're walking in there expecting that every 5 minutes something's gonna drop on your head.
No.
But you are eliminating things. Because one
safety
day.
engineer.
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm thinking safety. I'm thinking of my profession.
Yeah.
I'm thinking safety-wise mainly.
He has a
So,
point.
just-
I'm
no, 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 no,
eliminating.
no, no.
Let him carry.
It's heavier.
Sana.
No, let him
It
carry.
is heavier.
You are, as a safety engineer, you're talking about the aspect
Yeah.
of it being safer. Like, we already cleared out that it's unsafe.
It's unsafe. No, you
It-
mentioned
it
it's
can be-
unsafe
It can be
because
unsafe
it
on the
can
road.
be
Yeah,
installed.
It can be
Let's
unsafe, yes.
clarify.
Because
Let's
it's
clarify.
because it can be
unsafe on the
installed
road.
Let's
wrong.
clarify. Let's clarify
Let's be
as a
more
part.
specific. It can be. It's not unsafe. It
Yes.
can be. Or
Why?
the possibility
So
Why?
can
higher.
so can everything
Why?
else.
Because of wrong installment.
Wrong
So can
installment.
everything else.
And
What do
if
you need
you
to-
as a driver miss
Maintain.
re-maintaining it or resurfacing it as well, this can add
Again,
the
I go
chances.
back to the drive shaft.
And
If you have a drive shaft that
And-
is installed wrong or tightened extra or tightened less, if you don't service it every while and grease it, then it will break, which can lead to an incident. In my case, it led to a fire. So anything that is installed
You
wrong
can-
or not maintained
I
can
agree.
lead to
Safe,
disasters.
no one is disagreeing with this point. The chances that a beadlock has issues compared to a drive shaft, compared to anything else in the car, is much higher.
No.
Because how many locks do you have on your beadlock? 30? 20?
22. Right. On average, I think it's.
That's
It
30
depends
extra
between-
pieces.
between-
30
yeah,
extra
the
pieces
size, I
of,
think.
of metal that you
Well,
need to
32
check every
screws.
time.
And
Every
by the way,
5,000 kilometers?
It's
So
installing
yes.
it with the right torque, with the right pattern,
Yes.
and installing the
Yes.
So
Again, we go back to the same topic we mentioned in every episode. Go to a trusted garage or dealer that will do it properly.
Point is,
no, okay.
point
okay.
is, look, we've always said that if you have that extra fund and you don't really care, you want it, fine, go for it. But if you're really balancing on the pros and cons, how many? Yeah, I mean, the edge of having, other than the peace of mind of that situation where it might happen that you have a pop out from a wrong move, will be massively eliminated. However, in comparison, you have, I mean, if you put a table, you have other ticks where not having a beadlock can actually be a better investment.
Okay. So
Yeah.
if we want to recap, since we need to recap, okay, we agree that the beadlock will reduce the chances of having a pop out by a lot.
Yes,
Correct.
Okay.
yes.
And we
Increase
agree
comfort and satisfaction.
that it
Comfort
is-
has nothing to
How
do
does it
with
have
it.
comfort?
So,
Huh?
Comfort. Peace of mind, you
you
mean?
mean peace,
Okay.
of,
Peace of
So
mind.
we
One,
agree-
two,
peace of mind off road?
so
two. Pop outs.
What?
It will increase the chances of having a pop out. So it's more.
Yeah, we
it's
already said
comfort.
that.
So,
Yeah.
so chances of having a pop out.
Look, if you want to be specific, so it decreases the chances of having a pop out on the external part of the tire. But
External
the
side.
internal, it's still there.
Well, how many
I-
internal pop outs have you
I've-
seen?
I've had two.
How many
100%
internal
I've had
pop
two.
outs have you seen?
Two.
Okay.
I've seen two.
We're not going to sum up this episode.
I've seen two, and I'm sorry, but you cannot fix a pop out on a beadlock rim.
So he's saying that I rarely see pop outs, but then
No.
he's seen two
I said
internal pop outs.
I rarely
I
have
said
pop
that.
outs. I've seen many pop outs.
To recap,
Yep.
the beadlock, the positives of the beadlock is that it will reduce the chances to have a pop out.
Yes.
Okay, it will give you
I mean,
much
you
more.
can breathe, it's fine.
It will give you much more confidence and allow you to deflate more with more confidence. Now the negatives is that it
However,
is-
deflating more, as we said, is
everything. If you do it more than you should, it's not good. And whether it is more expensive, so this is a negative point. It is heavier, which is a negative
So it
point.
reduces
It is a headache to go tighten the screws every once in a while. It adds more stuff that you need to service.
And it has to, you need to maintain it every now and then. You need to retort.
It's also not road legal.
Well, let's be honest. A lot of things that we have in our cars are not road legal. The bumpers, the
I don't know
the
about
fenders.
I don't know
the-
about your
do
car,
you know
but
that-
my car is
Hold
road
on. Do you know that the off-road flag you have on the car is road illegal because it's an addition to the
So
car?
that's
Talking-
why it's an off-road flag. What are you connected to?
No, I'm saying that he's mentioning it's road illegal. It's illegal on the road.
Yeah,
you
but
can't
because
use this
everything
as
is
a
illegal on the
reference.
road.
The headers,
just
if you're buying headers for your JK,
I'm just
it's
stating.
road. It's not road legal.
It's not road
Many
legal
things.
anywhere, not just here, anywhere.
No. Fine.
Let's move
let's
on.
scratch the.
If you
road
put an
legal part.
exhaust
however,
headers, it's
sticker in your
most
car is
headers
illegal.
are not road legal. Most superchargers are not road legal. Most
Stickers are illegal.
high performance parts are not road legal. Anyway, we mentioned the points, the positives and the negatives, and then it is for whoever is
yes,
watching
of course.
us.
Whoever wants to sacrifice.
You got
weight,
loose?
and
Go
who
buy
wants to
it.
sacrifice paying more money, and who wants to sacrifice being able to actually balance them properly, and who wants to sacrifice wasting his time on maintaining them
it's
every
so
now
much
and then
hating
because
on
they
dogs.
will because of the screws, because you need a
Very
professional.
important point.
No, I have to finish this. So if you want
Nobody
to
mentioned
sacrifice wasting time on finding an
خلاص
active
رئيس hates it.
garage
رئيس hates it.
that can install it in an adequate manner and make sure to put it on the right torque with the right pattern. So you can sacrifice all of that for the sake of the possibility of having the pop out is reduced massively, which, by the way, you as a proper driver can actually avoid and forget about within your life. Go for a Beadlock.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching. End of the day, we did not reach to a good conclusion where someone likes or hates. We both like and hate. So tell us below what you think. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share. And comment.